If you're feeling guilty because you can't meditate, or you feel discouraged because meditation makes everything worse right now, or you just long to continue on this awakening journey throughout your day and you're not sure how, this video is for you. In this video, you'll learn simple practices that will transform your entire day into a spiritual practice, helping you to integrate your awakening with greater peace and presence. During Kundalini awakening, meditation in a formal way becomes very difficult for some people. It's just too intense. However, it is so incredibly important that you work with this awakening process. Otherwise, it's going to take a really long time for everything to be worked through. Before we dive in, if you're not sure exactly where you are in your Kundalini awakening journey, take my free Kundalini awakening stage assessment. It's in the link below. My goal is to help you to navigate your Kundalini awakening more peacefully, and learning to make your everyday life a spiritual practice is a huge way to do just that. So let's get into the video by first touching on why it's so difficult to meditate at certain times during a Kundalini awakening. Sitting meditation, sitting in silence, or even guided meditation sometimes can bring up a ton of subconscious stuff, adding to the tons of subconscious stuff that Kundalini is already bringing up. For a lot of people, rather than becoming more still and peaceful, they actually feel very overwhelmed and restless. You're not bad at meditation, and don't give up on it, please. Continue to sit when you can. But also know that your nervous system needs something different than that right now. Please don't feel like this Kundalini energy is going to do all of the work on its own. You meet it halfway. Even more than that, take full responsibility for this awakening. It's only going to be as smooth as you are willing to work with it. And working with it means having a daily sadhana or spiritual practice. Let's get into the how. Choose just one or two of these for now. Don't try to do all of these. It'll overwhelm you, and it's not necessary. My favorite all-day practice, simply chanting a mantra, a Sanskrit mantra to be precise. What a mantra does, and what I love about it, is it settles the mind. It helps you to have focus on something that you are intentionally choosing to focus on. And it helps you to become more deeply aware rather than getting caught up in your thoughts or emotions. The way that I do this is I just choose a mantra and I repeat it over and over again all day long, even when I'm doing things that I'm like engaged in work, driving, whatever. Whenever my mind wanders, I bring it back to the mantra. And when I'm not needing to be so mentally engaged, like when I'm walking my dogs in the morning with my husband, I repeat the mantra with the breath. My favorite mantra for people who are going through the intensity of the awakening: Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I'll breathe it in, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then I'll exhale, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Try it. You will be amazed at how soothing it is. Shanti, by the way, just means peace. I also wanted to give you some micro practices that I've used in the past that have been absolutely magical for me. And these are practices that you can do throughout your day, no matter what's going on. They can take between just a few seconds and a few minutes. Personally, I would probably commit to doing just one for 30 days so you can go deep. Eventually, if you really stick with these micro practices, they'll just become part of who you are. This is how transformation actually happens. All right, let's choose a micro practice. The first one is the simplest: return to the present moment. Over and over throughout the day, bring yourself to what's happening here and now. And something that I like to do around this is literally, I will even say to myself, and with the breath, I release the past, I release the future. The second one is simply taking one conscious breath. Whenever you can remember all day long, just pause and take a super deep, all the way in and all the way out kind of breath. This will instantly put you back in your body, and it will calm your whole nervous system. The next one is to ground yourself in your lower belly and really feel it here. This is where people will put their attention if they want to remain centered, grounded, calm, and wise, which is what centered, grounded, and calm really means to me. Number 4, relax unnecessary tension, especially in the face, the shoulders, and the belly. Just notice throughout the day when you're holding tension and relax. Number 5, give your full focused attention to whatever you're doing. If you are eating, slow down and fully taste every single little bit of food. Pay attention like you were brought back to earth after you died, and you only get to live in this moment, and you get to savor what it is to be fully alive in this exact moment. These practices, all 5 that we've mentioned so far, they're just about returning again and again to presence. Awakening is not about escaping life. It's about becoming fully present to it. Number 6, observe instead of react. In a way, this is sort of like micro shadow work. When something comes up that triggers you, notice it, feel it fully, take 3 to 5 deep breaths. Don't try to fix it. Don't act on it. Just become aware. Your triggers are teachers, and awareness will open you to learning. Number 7, open instead of resist. This is probably closest to what I do right now. I just allow the moment to be as it is. I allow everything to be as it is as much as I can. I'm not perfect at this, of course, but I ask myself, can I let this all just be as it is? Acceptance will create peace. Resistance will create suffering. You're training yourself for peace, and you can think of all of these micro practices as training. Number 8, practice loving presence with other people. I love this one if you struggle in relationships. Simply saying to yourself, I choose to be the presence of love here and now, and breathing into your heart will change the whole dynamic. It will change everything. Relationships are one of your greatest spiritual teachers. They are the path to God in so many ways because they bring up so much of our stuff. And when our stuff gets brought up, we have an opportunity to transcend it, to alchemize it. Number 9, bless your coffee, bless your water, bless your meals, just simply praying over it. This water is blessed. You can also bless the laundry while you're folding it. You can bless the floors while you sweep them. So those were the 10 practices that you can do, and you can remind yourself to do these. You can set an alarm on your phone. I used to wear a potty training watch. I bought it on Amazon for like $20, and it would vibrate at whatever time interval I set it for. It's so crazy, but that potty training watch was one of my biggest spiritual helpers. If there's one thing that I hope that you take away from this video, every moment is an opportunity to deepen your awakening, to be more peaceful when ordinarily you'd be triggered into stress, to be more loving when you're feeling frustrated with someone, and to be more conscious when the mind wants to go unconscious and take you on its own journey. These are the times when it counts, when it's the most difficult to do. And ultimately, you will create a life through the thoughts, the words, the actions that come out of these practices because you've been training for this new life that you won't want to escape anymore. You'll want to be in life fully. And if you'd like to know where you are on this Kundalini Awakening journey, take the Kundalini Awakening Stage Assessment. It's in the description below. It's free. And it will help you to navigate this process, no matter where you're at, to bring more peace, and can help you to get a glimpse into what could be next for you. I hope this was helpful, guys. I'll see you in the next video.